again. I thought I'm going to mix it up a little bit today. I've been talking a lot about 3D reality and 3D reality, 5D reality, the blueprints that are going on at the moment. And I thought, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you um, how easily it is to start to link things in, and how everything is like interconnected, and we start talking about sort of like universal laws and oneness and frequencies. So I've just picked up my Angel of Atlantis cards. I love these ones. They're very sort of they're very they're very sort of like illustrated, but there's no words on them, and I like working like that. I'm somebody that likes to work like that. I like to work with my intuition. I like to work with what I feel, the impressions I'm getting. This is how I feel that I get a connection with spirit, or I get a connection with guides, and it's very much around that. And all of this is already starting to come in. So I started to connect into it. I've started to feel what's happening, and I want to show that, when I'm talking about like universal laws, and I'm talking about universal sort of the universal laws, and how they can link into communication and many different things. And there's many tools to doing spiritual work. And this is the thing that also is like, it's about, when I was talking about like stepping into your power, but I'm also sort of like source energy and communication and sort of like insight and intuition. It's something that we've all got. We've all got this tool, and this is why I'm going to do this reading today, just to show how you start to link in. And I'm going to talk my way through this. So what's happened today is I've just picked 6 cards. So the first 2 that have come out are Sadvikal and Uriel. Sadvikal and Uriel. So these are archangels or angels of Atlantis. And the first thing I start to feel is whenever they give me like cards, I always feel like they pair together. I usually do a 6-card reading, and what happens is that I always feel like they pair together. So I've got like meditation, Raziel, and like Jophiel, and I got retreat, and they pair together, and they start to build a picture. So this is what I do when I'm reading, and I think it's a good thing for anybody that's starting to like want to read spiritually, or look at intuition, is start to feel what you're drawn to with the cards. So this today I feel is very much like a little sort of insight, how to read cards. I've talked about this kind of stuff for years. I've read cards for years. So I do these kind of things. I work with people. I've always worked with people. I've got somebody at the moment that I speak to, and we're having conversations, and it's just about sort of like, linking into their own intuition, their own infinite being, and start to see what sort of they're drawn to, what kind of things, what kind of things make sense, what kind of things resonate with them. Resonate, when I say like resonate, I mean it's something you get a feeling, or you get an energy shift, or something, sits with you, and you know it, or it feels right, even though you can't really necessarily explain it. That's how spirit tend to work. So for me, the first 2 cards I've come up with are like Uriel and Sadvikal, and they've got friendship and romance, but to me this is about union, and this is about source energy again. So I'm going with what I feel. Some people look at it and say friendship, but to me this is union, this is alignment, this is to do with like the energies around us at the moment, the energies around us to start to connect in. It's like the universal law of oneness again. It very much connects to that. It connects that the energies around us, the energies are building around us at the moment and aligning with us for change. And this is what these 2 cards are bringing. So at the moment, as we go into the new year and everything that's happening around the new year at the moment, there's new frequencies that come in, and we're all being sort of awakened to them. We're all being aligned with them. Now this isn't just, this is for like, this kind of feeling will be for like, it'll be for like any kind of thing that you're trying to create. New ventures are perfect at the moment, with the energy of the moon as well. When I was talking about the moon the other day, the energies came in. So there's new moons, there's a new shift in the planets, there's an alignment of new energies coming in. It connects on an earth level, where you can connect more to the planet, you can connect more to you know, your own source energy. It's union, it's alignment, and this is what the angels are bringing in. This is what the information's coming in at the moment. It's very much about opening again. I keep talking about this opening, and these cards are exactly aligning with what I've been talking about, what I feel I've been getting from the masters lately, and what I've been getting from my guides. It's very much talking about that. There's an opening at the moment, there's a union, there's an alignment, and this is a perfect place for creation. And this is what these cards are bringing. They're bringing about creation, and they're talking about at the moment that there's a perfect sort of the perfect alignment of energy to shift, cleanse, clear, release, and it's a time where we can start to open up our energy to start to create a vision that we want to move towards. So a vision that we want to start to like create and co-create. And again, this relates to the universal laws of oneness, of union, alignment. The energies are aligning, and this very much connects to what I was talking about again with this diamond energy yesterday, which is this diamond energy is awakening us. It's aligning us with the spirit world. It's aligning us to our true nature, to this aspect of creation, and it's given us this opportunity to start to really, really shift and change. But it's about shifting and changing reality. And again, these next two, Raziel and Jophiel, again, this is about retreat. Retreat is, again, it connects to the universal law of correspondence. It connects to the universal law of inspired action. And can you see how these like, there's a shift in my energy where I've been sort of more and more like aligned to talk about universal laws. And since that's happened, there's a shift in how I read. There's a shift in how I give a reading. And it's also again a shift. When I spoke to you yesterday, I spoke to you about the 3D reality is about an individual. The 5D reality is about an infinite. And when you work with spirit, it's not about one. You know, it's not about sort of like art. It's about an infinite. You know, it's about a collective consciousness. It's about knowing that all things are connected. All things are nothing separate. So in that sense, again, this connects to that. This is what the Raphael and Jophiel is bringing. The retreat and the meditation is about, again, going within. It's about that correspondence. It's about going in and connecting to that infinite blueprint of creation, which is the 5D blueprint that's within yourself. And what this is saying to me is it's saying about, again, creating that spiritual reality, being aligned, being connected to your guides, your energy, your source energy, and knowing, again, that the transformation and transmutation, which is, again, this universal law, that we have the ability to shift and change our reality and shift and change our consciousness at any moment. And this is what's part of the universal will, the divine will. And again, this connects to the ascended master of Almoira, who brings this blue ray in and is very much around that divine intelligence, divine communication. The blue energy is about communication, it's about healing, it's about knowledge, it's about wisdom, and this very much connects to this card. So you can see, once you start to really open up, there's information and there's connections in everything that we do. And I'm just reading this, and this is what I'm feeling just from these, because as you can see, there's not a lot on that card. I mean, there is colours, and there's like one word, meditation, of retreat, but it's about how you build that energy and how you start to feel it starts to lift as you connect into it. Again, I've just talked about divine will. Look at that, Hanyao. Yeah, so it's naturally connected to the next card because there's no disconnection. And this is again with the when I was talking about the divine will, and I was talking about you know, Almoira, again, that connects to that. Again, the Almora and willpower, you know, this is this personal transformation again. It's a great time for personal transformation. You know, if you're on a personal journey and you're looking to sort of like create something, like I was saying, the union is that first card. Can you see how they all connect? They connect perfectly. They're perfectly aligned. They're in perfect union. There's no disconnection. There's just a natural flow. And this is what happens when you start to connect into that 5D blueprint. And this is what the 5D blueprint as well is about: receiving communication. It's being aware of it. It's being aligned to it. And it's also then knowing that you have the ability to create within your own life. And this is what this time's about. Zadkiel, security. See, this says to me again, so you've got the two fingers, so it's talking about connection, it's talking about alignment, but it's also talking about that that you've got guides around you. You've got this guidance. You're secure. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to really stress about. Once you're in that 5D blueprint, you're in peace and harmony, and you're also connected into that infinite self, that infinite source. So creation and all those kind of things that you're trying to create and being open, things will flow in. Again, it's that security of knowing and trusting that things are happening, are shaping and forming in your life around you. And this is what this time's about, and this is why I keep talking about the 3D to shift to the 5D blueprint. And this is why it's so important that we awaken to it, because we have a co-creation, we have this co-creative ability. And the more that I start to link into this 5D blueprint, the more I start to realize that the outer world, that 3D reality that I get worried about and I get stressed about at times, is an illusion. You know, alongside I remain open in my own source energy, everything is always okay. Everything is always directed. The opportunities come in. You know, the lessons and the shifting comes in. All I have to do is remain open and trust and know that I'm secure in that the energies are there, and my infinite self is directing me, is directing me on my pathway, on my journey. And this is what these cards are saying. They're saying about that. They're saying source energy, aligning, opening, opening to that energy, that co-creation, knowing that, you know, you're aligned with that universal flow, that universal force. And again, the meditation and the retreat are very much around that, going within and remaining and integrating that. And the more you integrate that, the more that you're aligned with it, the more that your life will become more spiritually aligned. It become more in spiritual harmony. But you also will start to waken up to your own power, like I've said yesterday, where you'll start to know about your own creative ability, your creative seed. And knowing that, you know, at any moment within the universal law of inspired action, you can take action to change and shift your reality and shift your consciousness. And again, willpower, personal willpower, that you have the ability for transformation. And this is Saint Germain. This is what Saint Germain brings. This is the alchemy that Saint Germain brings, and this is what he brings with the violet flame. That any time we can shift, transmute, or transform, so we can shift from one state of being to another easily. And Zadkiel bringing this to see, and the interesting thing is, if you look on that card, you can't see very well in the light, but it's turquoise. And this is a stone, this is a color, the crystal of magic, protection. So it's perfectly aligned. When you start to look into the cards, you start to see that everything's aligned and everything's in perfect harmony. The only thing that's not in harmony is you and me when we're in that 3D blueprint. And this is what the masters are telling us, and this is what the angels are telling us. As the angels come in, as I'm sitting doing this reading, I can feel, you know, I know this angel reading is divinely guided, and it's divinely guided by the angels, because I have two white angel wings with me. They're telling me, yes, you're with me. I can see them at the back of me. I can see them at the back of me as I sit there and give this reading. So I know what I'm talking about is aligned. It's me being open to that 5D blueprint, or that creative being, that creative blueprint. But it's also telling me we're being aligned now with the diamond energy of heaven and earth, as we're connected into that universal source and flow. The spirit world is connected with those higher frequencies, the ethereal frequencies of the masters, and the angels are connecting with us right now. And you have this frequency around you as well. Not just me. I'm talking about this, but you have this frequency around you, and this is why I do these readings, so that you know that whatever I'm doing, you can do. You have these tools, you have this ability. It's about opening up to it, and you'll be amazed at the wonder and the magic, and you'll start to, oh, where did that come from? And you start to see the flow. Oh yeah, that makes sense now, why that person came in, or why that person just spoke to me in that way, or why that person. And you can see that guides and angels and energies and your infinite soul, or your infinite being that's within you, your light, your energy, is constantly communicating, it's constantly alive, it's never disconnected. So that's the reading for today. And again, please subscribe, like, if anything makes sense to you, give it a comment. It'd be really good to get some comments. I'm very open to answer questions. I've always done this. I've worked as a channel for a long time, and you know, I tend to get people ask me questions, and then I tend to get guidance, and I can try and answer questions. I'm very open to do that as well. So please subscribe, like, check out my Facebook page, which I've already sort of, I'll put a link in down at the end of the video. Have a great day. Know that you're aligned. Know that you're supported. You're secure. Know that you're never alone, disconnected. Wonder and magic of spirit around you in everything you do. They're always creating, you know. So just have a good day and go create. Awaken to your own creative spark.